Coming to you live Monday, 8:25. Chase, the preseason has wrapped up. The roster is going to be finalized this week. We got a long season to look forward to. We could kind of, put our thumb on what this team's going to look like, the things they need, where they can improve, the areas they've tried to improve on this past week. Chase, I got to ask you, man, can you feel it? Can you sniff it? How close does it feel like it is to being here?
Sage, I actually just got it this weekend. I got the first feeling. It was actually in a dream. I actually remembered a moment where me and my roommate Remo went down to Greens, right there down at Polk Street, watched Chiefs Lions last year opening game. So it's starting, man, because I am so fucking sick of preseason football, training camp, every day training camp analysis coming out. I'm done with it. Give me to the real games. Come on now.
I mean, it's here. I mean, we could stop speculating all that. Now it's time for the rubber to meet the road.
Yep.
We're seeing it. We're seeing it now. I mean, they made some moves last week. We're going to dive into it here in a second. You got the rookies coming back. The roster's coming to fruition. You're going to see it, right? I think tomorrow or Wednesday it comes out. Tomorrow it'll come out. We'll see the finalized roster. Chase, I got to start. I mean, the skill position group, it's been getting hurt. The running backs, I mean, Corey Kiner got waived. You thought he was going to be something. Isaac Garendo, someone you thought could be a backup. Someone I thought for sure could be a backup. Seems like they punted on him. Chase, I told you in our pre-meeting call, I've capitulated. I was the Isaac Garendo guy. I'm done. I'm giving him up. I'm surrendering. They trade for Sky Moore to add to depleted receiver room. Some Juwan Jennings news comes out. But, Chase, I got to start. Let's start with Sky Moore. I mean, it happened first. What are your initial thoughts on the trade? Do you think it's going to help? How could you see this guy playing out for the 49ers?
Sage, I think they didn't intend for this to be a big move, right? I mean, you basically get him for a bag of quarters and a 7th-round pick swap. So it's not a big move. I saw him in the game on Saturday, and I don't know about you. I was not impressed. I think it was the first throw that they threw to him. The dude was blanketed. I mean, you could not be more covered than him. He's had a lot of issues in Kansas City with that. So he does have some talent. I think that's why Kyle wanted to bring him in there, but it's not a big move at all. It's not a big move for me at all.
I mean, the first time he touched the ball, Tim Ryan, if you caught on the broadcast, was just criticizing him for how he reacted to the ball in his hands. I think, it kind of goes back to the Trey Lance conversation with him. I think it's so funny. Like the second the trade happens, you got the 49ers fans who are happy it happened, and then the Chiefs fans who are even happier that he's off the team and they were able to get anything for him.
Not a good sign.
Never a good sign, right? Like they were so happy. You would think that this guy was Hitler, the way that they got rid of him. And I mean, it goes back to the Trey Lance situation.
We're literally 3 minutes in. We got a Fuhrer quote in there already. I love it. Go on, baby.
It goes back to the Trey Lance conversation we had last week where, sometimes you just are what you are, right? They say a leopard can't change its spots, right? Like, if you were a 2nd-round pick and your team hates you, your fan base hates you, your teammates hate you, you're probably just a terrible football player and you don't have a spot in the league. I think Niners fans are happy they got anyone, but I cannot, like you said, I cannot see this guy having an impact, making any sort of impact with his team. Doesn't seem like a crisp route runner. Maybe if you could just super glue the ball to his hands, he could be a good player because he has a fumbling issue. On special teams, he's not reliable, and he's not a reliable receiver. So I can't see how this move really impacts the Niners positively. I think if anything, maybe you get a punt returner who's at best shaky.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sage, I don't know about you. Did you listen to the post-game interview with him?
I did. Yes, of course.
It was embarrassing. He admitted that he was lost in Kansas City. He's saying that he's coming over. He's like, I felt good because I could just go out there and play. I didn't have to think about a lot of things in my head. Dude, you're coming into a Kyle Shanahan offense. What are you like? Get into the playbook right now. Maybe you felt that on Saturday. You're not going to feel that week 1. You better be ready. And they asked him, they said, Sky, what is one thing that you would tell 49ers fans to expect from you? He's like, I'm a team player. I'm a team guy. And that was basically it. It wasn't like, hey, I'm an explosive receiver. I got a lot of talent. That's what I'm going to bring to this team. It's almost like with, I don't know, like the guy in your college group project who didn't do shit. And the teacher asked him, it's like, hey, like, what was your contribution to this project? And it's like, I don't know. I was a team player. I was a good communicator. So essentially he didn't do shit. And I don't know. I like my wide receivers being like really bashful in interviews, being over dramatic, overconfident, and I just didn't get any of that. So it seems like this guy's confidence a little bit shot too.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they gave up on him pretty quickly in 2022. He was supposed to be the guy, right? They wanted to bring him in to replace Ty Hill. It seems like he had his licks in the Super Bowl, made a couple plays. The fan base totally turned on him. He had some fumbles. He didn't have a single catch last year, Chase, and he just got shelved to the bench. Didn't really make any bit of an impact when the team needed receivers. I mean, the last 2 years, the team's needed receivers. He's been on the roster. He hasn't been able to help.
Yeah.
No, we could flip
not
it,
been
though,
good.
To the running back room. I mean, someone who will have an impact. Kyle Shanahan announces it right away as soon as they get this guy. They brought him over to be the running back 2 behind Christian McCaffrey. 49ers trade for Brian Robinson, right?
Yep.
Comes as part as one of the picks you get from the Jordan Mason trade. You flip that to get Brian Robinson. Just want to say, like, no one's talking about it. Good on John Lynch. Really good on John Lynch there. I mean, he got so much shit. Like, I can't believe they traded Jordan Mason, this and that. Like, how could they do this? Flips that for Brian Robinson, right? And the pick turns into Marquise Siegel. So, I mean, you look at that down the road, like you do that trade 11 out of 10 times. So good on him. No one's going to give him credit for that, but everyone wanted to give him shit when he made the trade. Going to Brian Robinson, I mean, he has his first interview with the media today, says, my job here is to complement Christian McCaffrey, and we're going to be the best duo in the league. Chase, how do you think Brian Robinson fits into this team?
I think he's going to fit in great. Sage, I watched the interview as well. It reminded me of Jimmy Butler when he came into the Warriors, and he was basically saying, hey, I'm Robin, Steph's Batman. That was kind of the same vibe that you saw from Brian Robinson there, and I'm impressed with it because I'm just glad that Shanahan and Lynch admitted that Isaac Guerendo's not a reliable backup back. I'm going to let you get into that a little bit more, but first things first, he can't stay healthy, and I think if anything, this is a sign that maybe Jordan James isn't that impressive. I'm glad that you got a reliable back in Brian Robinson. I drafted Antonio Gibson in 2022 in fantasy football. Right when I saw Brian Robinson come onto the team, I'm like, okay, I could kiss that draft pick goodbye. This guy's clearly way better than Gibson, so I always liked him. I think it's a great move.
I do too, man. And as a running back too, it doesn't get much better, right? He's kind of an upgraded Jeff Wilson Jr. He's not the strongest, or he's not the quickest, but he's strong. He could run block and you'll hit the hole, right? So you just basically replace what you had as your fourth string. You get a better version. Now you have a second string running back. If Isaac Guerendo ever gets healthy, maybe he could be your third string, but I can't see it. It seems like that's going to be Jordan James. Third down, I mean, he's supposed to be a good receiver, change of pace back. Guerendo, I mean, the tangibles are there. Dude can't hit a hole. Dude can't hit a hole. I mean, he's big, he's fast, but there's a reason he wasn't a starter in college. Chase, I told you, I capitulated in the pre-draft meeting. I'm capitulating now. I surrender.
But Sage, what if he gets in space, though? What if you get him out in space? That's what I heard all of last year. What if you get Guerendo in space? 4-3.
I compared this guy to Devon Achane in the fact that if he's in space, he's dangerous. I think the only thing they have in common is both of them can't stay on the field and both of them aren't reliable running backs. I mean, Devon Achane, obviously, with the ceiling to the sky, but this guy, I don't want to say he's done. I just think his time on the Niners is done. I just think like at a certain point, you got to just be on the field, which kind of goes back to the Sky Moore thing with Jacob Cowing. I think he's the Jacob Cowing replacement. And at a certain point, you got to show me what you are. With these two guys, if you keep getting injured, I just can't trust you. Your best availability, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about availability, what do you think about that Juwan situation? It honestly does seem like it's getting to threat level midnight. I saw a report by Tim Kawakami coming out saying that they may just throw him on the IR because at this point, if you're not practicing, you're saying that you're injured. Like, what are we going to do? So that's actually a conversation going out right now, throwing Juwan on the IR. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think there's any chance that they do that, or is this going to get settled?
I think this is the 49ers calling Juwan's bluff. I think that's all it is. I think Juwan's calling the Niners bluff, and they just check raise Juwan Jennings, right?
Yeah, that's a great
here.
call. Yeah, I love that.
To put it into your terms here, Chase, because I think Juwan's just holding this thing over their head, like you guys can't win without me, this and that, and Kyle Shanahan saying the fuck we can, right?
Yeah,
we don't need you as much as you think we need you, but you need us way more because you don't want to sit out this year. You could say it's whatever, your calf, you're injured, whatever, but you're paid. You signed a contract. The ink isn't even fully dried on this contract you signed last year. If you're Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, right? You can't set this precedent that
No.
people who think they're underpaid could just rip up their contract. I want a new one. Because then everyone's going to do it. It doesn't work like that. You got to put your foot down, and you're going all in on him. Check raising, saying, you can't do this. You don't want to play. You don't have to play. We'll put you right on the IR if you're really that hurt.
The funniest part was in the interview, Sage. There was somebody, it was some media person in the stands, and they were asking Kyle Shanahan. They're like, Kyle, any update on the Juwan Achilles? We just feel that it's been going on for 3 to 4 weeks, just wondering if there's an update. And Kyle was like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not really a doctor when it comes to calves. Calves are tough to read. Clearly, everybody knows that he's holding out, right? Everybody knows that he's holding out. It's not really a calf issue. I feel like for Kyle Shanahan's interviews with the media, it should almost be like a Key and Peele thing where we get the Obama anger translator in there, because Kyle never tells the truth. And I'd almost want a guy like right there just telling everybody how Kyle really feels about these situations, because I could tell he was annoyed by that one.
Yeah, the 3 don'ts in life, right? Like, don't invade Russia in the winter. Don't fight a guy at the bar with cauliflower ear. Don't trust the Kyle Shanahan preseason interview, because you're going to end up drafting Christian McCaffrey last year, and you're going to have no read on the situation of their injured players. So, Chase, I agree with you, man. I want to see Juwan out there. We just dove into how much we don't believe in Sky Moore. I mean, the guy everyone wanted, Amari Cooper, signs with the Raiders today. You can maybe try and pick up a Kendrick Bourne or someone who gets cut, but you have what you have, right? You're going to cut some players. What you have is what you have. You could cross your fingers, pray to God Brandon Ayuk comes back week 5 when he's supposed to come back. But if you're Juwan Jennings, I feel like there's no way you could sit out. I just feel like what the character you've built and who you've established yourself on this team, you are a leader now. You just lose all credibility if you sit out week 1, if you are healthy, which Kyle Shanahan said he should be.
Yeah, and with the contract situation too, if they put him on the IR stage, actually kind of funny, he'd get all of his base salary. So the thing is that a lot of Juwan's contract is tied to those incentives and getting the yards, touchdowns. So that would be what would affect him, but he would actually get paid, which is, I did not know that. But yeah, we need to see, man, because you're getting close to week 1 and you're really trying to see, okay, who's going to be healthy, who's going to be on the field. We had some good news coming in today, though, with training camp.
Yeah, it seems like some of the rookies are back. I mean, CJ West, the guy you need more than anyone, is back. My Jesus Christ, my Savior. And then you got the
most important player on the 49ers, baby.
10,
CJ
10,
West.
10,
Everybody
10.
knows.
You got CJ West coming back, Michael Williams coming back. You have, I think it was Ben Barch, a couple of the linemen also. Still no Upton Stout, but they're saying he's expected to be back week 1. Alfred Collins, sadly, still out there, still healthy. But you got a lot of guys out there. And I think like you're slowly building it back. I mean, we haven't seen the 49ers whole. Obviously, they're stars. They got their studs. They didn't play in the preseason. Some teams do. I mean, when the Niners don't do it, the fans just absolutely get so riled up. Like, I can't believe it. Like, how could Bosa not play? How could Trent not play? How could Kittle not play? Whatever. But when Sean McVay does it, he's a genius. He's the best coach in the league. We need to do whatever Sean McVay does. So Kyle Shanahan really can't win in certain corners of the Bay Area. I like it, Chase. I mean, you're going into camp. The guys you need healthy are going to be healthy. The guys who are getting banged up are slowly coming back at the right time. I mean, that leads us, Chase. I mean, we could dive into the schedule, how we feel. Because I know a lot of Niners fans, they're a little shaky, right? Like, going into week 1, people weren't sure. I mean, I don't know if any team this preseason has won as big as the Seattle Seahawks have won, who's the 49ers week 1 matchup. Yeah. I mean, before we get into it, right, the schedule initially came out May 14th, right? Before rookie minicamp, obviously before the preseason games, before anything really new like happened, before anything you could see with the roster, any tangible thing, news, nothing happened, right? Juwan Jennings was still a healthy receiver who wanted to play on his contract. You start to have this expectation for the team. I mean, people like to dive into the schedule. You don't know what the hell you're looking at. I mean, clearly you just don't know. You don't know what you're looking at. The over-under right now for the Niners is set at 10.5. We've seen the preseason. We've seen the other teams that the Niners are going to go up against. I mean, the Niners are favored to win 15 of their 17 games. They're favorites to win the NFC West, and they have the 3rd best odds in the NFC. We'll dive into it. I mean, Chase and I want to go week by week and sort of, explore, see, like, what are the possibilities, what we see from this team. We're going to give you a record prediction. We'll go week 1 all the way down to week 18. We'll see how we have them stacking up. I think we'll see it a little similarly. But, Chase, I'm going to start with you, man. Week 1, at Seattle to start the season, 4:05 p.m. on Fox. The Niners are currently 2.5-point favorites. How do you see this one happening?
I like how you're going East Coast time too. I don't get what's going on here. I'm hearing 4:00. I've never seen a game start at
1:05
4
p.m.
o'clock out
Pacific.
here.
Sorry.
Hey, no, I respect it. But Sage, I'm going with the win here. I was really high on Seattle, but I don't know, dude. I just feel like the 49ers are going to come in here. They're going to be ready. They're getting a lot more healthy. And you have a lot of guys who have been on ice, like George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. I just have a feeling they're going to be coming out firing. And even though I am scared about Mike McDonald, how he could scheme up against this 49ers offense that's a little bit banged up, I like them to get the win. Don't bet the spread. Just bet money line. I got Niners winning week 1. How about you, man?
I'm with you on the spread aspect because I do think this is a trap line, and it's read that way since the start when it was 1.5. It seems like money's starting to come in on the Niners as they, look healthy. Guys like McCaffrey, Trent Williams look like their old selves. Chase, I'm with you. I mean, have we forgotten what Sam Darnold was? Did we forget what the taste that Sam Darnold left in our mouth? I mean, it's like the season ends and we all have amnesia, right? Like this guy, week 18 against the Lions, totally shits himself. And then first round of the playoffs, the guy was like enjoying taking sacks. He was running 8 yards, couldn't make up his mind, would take terrible sack after terrible sack, literally lost the Vikings that game, is the reason the Rams are as hyped as they are this year. Because the Rams had no business winning that game other than the fact that Sam Darnold turned into a pumpkin. I didn't forget. I still think that's the guy. They're a young team. They'll get better as the season goes along. For as well as the Niners, are catching, or for as well as people want to say Seattle's catching the Niners at a bad time, I think the Niners are catching Seattle at a perfect time. It's a team you want to see early in the schedule as they build up. Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold, they still got to build a rapport. So I like the Niners here. I think 1-0 as well.
Sage, I must have forgot because I honestly I'm pretty high on Sam Darnold this year. I don't know. I just want to throw that in there. I think they're going to be good. I think Sam Darnold's going to be a good quarterback. It'll be interesting, though, to see how he progresses along the year.
Well, the Niners fans are going to get a full taste of it, right? If it plays out as it should, because we're going to play on week 1 and week 18, so you're going to see them start to finish, and we'll see how the team progresses. Chase, I don't know how much time we got to spend on this next one. Niners going down to NOLA to take on the Saints. So that'll be an early morning game. Niners are currently 7-point favorites, one of their biggest spreads of the year. Tyler Shaw expected to be the starting quarterback for the Saints. That'll be his second career start. Chase, what do you think happens here?
I'll tell you this. I was going to write a Hurricane Katrina joke about how bad the 49ers are going to beat the Saints, but I stopped. Because that's obviously you can't do that. I mean, tragic. It was just absolutely tragic what happened in New Orleans. So this is going to be an ass kicking. Kellen Moore, I'm already seeing the hype getting started up. Like Kellen Moore's got something going with the Saints team. Maybe he does. We're not going to see it in week 2. I think they're favored by 7 points already. So yeah. I'm seeing a complete ass kicking here, Sage.
I could not imagine, unless week 1 is an absolute disaster and half the team goes down, I could not picture a world where the Saints are going to be anywhere near good enough to even challenge the Niners. I think this is the worst team in the NFC. The Bills come due from the Sean Payton, Dennis Allen days where they were just, layawaying everyone, keep signing a defense, whatever, didn't turn out.
Putting hits on people.
Derek Carr retires. I mean, 2 months before the training camp starts, uproots your season. So I can't imagine the Saints bounce back. I mean, they have 1, maybe 2 good players on that offense. The defense is a bunch of unproven guys. I got a 2-0 start for the Niners. Feeling good after the year they had last year, Chase. Taking you in to week 3, your home opener against the Arizona Cardinals, a team that swept you last year, gave you fits, came into to Levi's Stadium early last year, beat you on an absolute meltdown. It was a hot day at Levi's Stadium. Yep. Chase, you got the Cardinals coming in. Niners are 3.5-point favorites. A Jake Moody field goal and then 125 slate on Fox. Chase, what do you think here?
Sage, I really like this Arizona Cardinals team. I told you that in the NFC West preview. I'm not confident in Kyler Murray, but I got the Niners losing this game. I got the Cardinals winning. I think it's going to be a hot day at Levi's Stadium. A prediction I have is that Brock Purdy has a couple passes slip out of his hands, and we start doing the Brock Purdy hands conversation again. I just think they're a great offense, and they made a lot of great moves on defense. So I think this one may be tough. The Niners aren't going to have everybody available. You got to throw in a couple losses every once in a while. So This one's right here. I got them going 2-1.
Yeah, Chase, I think you learned your lesson maybe from last year a bit when you had the Niners going 15-2. I said, I wrote it here in my notes. It's been an abnormally cold summer in the Bay Area. I don't think this game is going to be as hot as it was last year. I think this is a win for the Niners as well. I mean, they beat you twice last year. They always play you well. Even going back to like early Niners, the Cardinals, for whatever reason, just give you fits. I can't understand. I mean, people want to point to it. It's the running quarterback. That's every team, Chase. We've beat a dead horse here. That's every team. No team does better against running quarterbacks. No defensive coordinator does better against running quarterbacks. I still think the Niners win this. I mean, I don't really have as much faith in Kyler Murray in the Cardinals. They're a team you want to see later in the season when they fall apart, but I just don't think this team's going to beat you 3 times in a row. You saw them last year. You're full. You're healthy. I don't think that defense is going to be anything special. You can slow down the offense, and I think the Niners get the win here. It's a little bit of revenge, but I got a 3-0 start for the Niners.
I appreciate optimism. I'll shout you out for that.
Moving into week 4, Chase, the Jaguars coming into town. Your boy Trevor Lawrence, the Prince, as some call him. Niners 5.5-point favorites. The first of the 4 AFC South teams that the Niners are going to see. I mean, we know what the Jags are, Chase. People are kind of hyping them up this year. I mean, there's people who are going in 2 directions on them. I'm curious to see where you land on them and if you think that they could give the Niners any sort of problems.
So you know what's funny? I actually think that I really like this team. I think that Liam Cohen's going to definitely make Trevor Lawrence a little bit better. Look at the weapons that he has, Sage. I mean, he has a good O-line. You're getting Travis Hunter in to add to Brian Thomas, who lit up the NFL last year. The defense, a little shaky, but there's good pieces all around that D-line. Are we labeling it the Eric Armstead revenge game?
I mean,
are we going that far?
I mean, we're 4 weeks in at that point, so I feel like he's on IR or he's got a banged up or sore hammy at that point.
But this is what I'll say, Sage. Even though I like the Jaguars coming into this year, I'm going blowout. I think this is going to be a blowout. Niners going to be coming off of a loss, and I don't know if you saw, cross-country trip for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They come off back-to-back weeks playing the Texans, playing the Bengals. Who do they play after the 49ers? The Chiefs. They're in the middle of a beat-up fucking part of their schedule, so I got them dropping this one. Niners win. Big.
Chase, I got to kind of challenge you here. So some things I had in my notes, right, last year was that the Jaguars were bottom 10 in pressure rate for their defensive line. I mean, their offensive line, right? 19th in pass block win rate, 25th in run block win rate. I mean, PFF ranked them 26 out of 32. I think the Niners, if you want to beat the Niners, you're going to have to dominate them in the trenches, expose the Niners' weaknesses. I don't think the Jaguars can do this. They're more finesse. They're more breakdancer than they are boxer. I think this is an easy type of matchup for the Niners. I think this is a matchup the Niners are going to dominate. The rookies, I mean, we're relying on the rookies. We've seen a lot of good things. I think this is around the time they start to get their footing. They start to get a little bit more comfortable with the Saleh scheme, with the Shanahan scheme. I think this is an easy win, Chase. I know what you're thinking. I got them 4-0. I'm being really optimistic here, but I got a 4-0 start for the 49ers heading into that Thursday night game, that, tumultuous Thursday night game against the Rams in LA at SoFi Stadium. This is the Amazon Prime Video game, Thursday night football. I mean, the Rams, 1.5-point favorites. This is one of the 2 games the Niners aren't favored in. It's a tricky one, Chase. I'm curious to see what side of the fence you sit on here.
I'll tell you right now, Sage, I am on the 49ers side of the fence here. I'm shorting all of the possible Ram stock this year. I'm like the Big Short. There's a bubble. What's going on? The Rams are almost favored to win the NFC West. Everybody's hyping them up. Stick a fork in Matt Stafford. Sage, this guy's done. Are you kidding me? He's like 40 years old. He's got this back issue that nobody knows what's going on, and he's going to get hit for the next 18 weeks. No way. I'm going Niners. Big.
Yeah, Chase, the saying goes, you never used to have a bad back, right? You always have once you have a bad back, you have a bad back. It doesn't go away. I don't think this is something that they're going to know how serious it is until he starts to get hit a little bit into the season too, week 5, right? They have a tougher schedule. They got that first place schedule. I think they're going to be a little beat up coming into this Thursday night game. They, just like the Cardinals, swept the Niners. A lot of talk. Their cornerbacks had a lot of talk, right? I forget who it was. They said, we're big bro now.
Was it Witherspoon?
It might have been. I don't think it was. It might have been Akella, but they were saying, we're big bro now. I think the Niners have something for him here. It's basically a home game. We know how it is when they go down to SoFi. I also have this as a win. I have a 5-0 start for the 49ers. I think the revenge tour, the quest for 6, however you want to, brand it, label it, it starts with a win or it starts with a 5-0 start and a win against all 3 of your divisional opponents.
Sage, I'll bring this up to you really quickly. You shouted me out earlier in the pod. You said, Sage or Chase, how are you going to have them going 15-2? Sage, I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. I don't know. I don't know how many losses you got here for the 49ers, but it's looking like you're going to be around there. That's all I'm saying.
I'm really optimistic, Chase. You know what they say about this easy schedule, man? You get ahead of yourself, and then the games actually get played. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everyone's going to be healthy as of now. I mean, they're a little bit banged up, but we're expecting people back. Going into week 6, Chase, I mean, this is around the range you're expecting Brandon Ayuk to come back. If it's not week 5 against the Rams, it should be week 6. Here against the Buccaneers, a team that played you tough last year. As you mentioned, they lost Liam Cohen. I mean, that team is talented. They got a good offense. They're going to, be getting Chris Godwin back. They got a stud, it seems like, in Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. Bucks favored in this one. So this is the back-to-back, right? So 2 games the Niners aren't favored in this year going into the season. It comes back-to-back here, Chase. So the Bucks are 1.5-point favorites. A 10 a.m. Florida game, Chase. What do you think?
Sage, I'm going to throw it to you. Just do it. Just do it. Put it on the board.
This is an L. I think this is the first L of the Niners season. I mean, like I alluded to, those 10 a.m. East Coast Florida games, it's going to be in the heat, little humid. I feel like these are the type of situations Brock kind of struggles in. We saw it last year. We're going to see it again this year, Chase. I just don't trust it. I mean, I feel like this is the type of team that's going to be able to throw all over the 49ers. Tristan Wirfs should be back by this time.
Yep.
That O-line's going to be able to protect. Bucky Irving, I mean, Chase, you know it firsthand. That guy's a stud.
Love that dude.
If we can't stop the run, that guy's going to have his way with us. If Egbuka, they still have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin should be back. They should be able to pass. I don't know if we could keep up with them, Chase. I think that's a trap game. Bucks -1.5. I got to go with the Bucks.
I don't even think it's a trap game, Sage. I mean, I'm looking at the wide receivers they have. You got Godwin coming back. You draft how the hell did Egbuka get down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And I'm shocked that they took him. I think that it's going to be great for them, but they just have so many weapons, Sage. Our secondary is going to get fucking torched in that Florida Heat. I think it's a bad matchup. I'm not saying that the Buccaneers are a better team, but cross country, coming off of a big divisional game, even though they're going to have 10 days of rest because it's a Thursday night game, I got Buccaneers. You can't be a homer for every single game. 4-2. This is definitely a loss for me.
Yeah, well, you saw, going back to the Egbuka point, right? You saw what Jason Light said, because they had the 19th pick or 18th pick, and he was like, we didn't want to draft him. Like, we had no intentions of drafting him, but he was the 8th best player on our board. So when he fell to us, we were like, we'd be doing a disservice if we didn't take him here. So that's the reason they got him. I mean, that offense is loaded. Baker, I mean, a 40 touchdown guy last year. It seems like it's only going to go up. That offensive line's improved. They got a better wide receiver too. So I think they're frisky, man. They play the Eagles tough. They play some of these teams where if you could get after their secondary, they play them tough. I think it's a bad matchup for the Niners. So I got them 5-1 after Tampa. You got them sitting at 4-2. Heading into Sunday Night Football, it is against the Falcons at home at Levi's. Niners 6.5-point favorites. This one kind of shocked me because the Falcons got a lot of buzz coming. Michael Penix, what that offense could be, how they looked with Penix. Still just almost a touchdown favorite, 6.5-point favorites for the Niners heading into this one. Chase, primetime at Levi's. First home primetime game of the year. I know my cousin Jawad Jennings is going to be there. Chase, how do you see this one looking?
Yeah, so Sage, this is a win for me too. I'm just thinking first primetime game of the year at Levi's Stadium. Also, Atlanta coming off of a short week. I think they're playing the Bills on Monday Night Football the week before. So you got that advantage, and I just think that they're going to be hyped. I think that this is going to be a big-time Christian McCaffrey game. He's going up against Bijan Robinson, basically the benchmark for the best running back in the NFL with Saquon Barkley. They've been training all year. I think he's going to want to make a statement here, and I'm thinking that you get Brandon Ayuk back. So I just think that the vibes are going to be up. I like Atlanta as a football team, but this is just the Niners for me, Sage.
I mean, the one thing we talked about all year, last year with the Falcons, is they cannot create pressure. They cannot generate pressure, and they struggle to protect their quarterbacks. They lost their center this year. They lost a guard. I think that this is a team the Niners can dominate in the trenches, run all over, play their style of football. I think this is a bad matchup. I think the Niners are a bad matchup for the Falcons. I think they should be able to dominate them. I don't trust Penix. I mean, he's a statue. For all the things people want to say, the Niners struggle with running quarterbacks. Well, guess what? He's not a running quarterback, so they should dominate him, right? So I got the Niners winning this one. I mean, 6-1. Can't ask for much better of a start, Chase. Heading into what's going to be maybe the biggest storyline game of the Niners season, you got a Week 8 matchup at Houston. The Niners taking on their former defensive coordinator, current head coach of the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, and the Houston Texans. And the Niners are actually favored in this one, going on the road, favored by 1.5, Chase, going to take on DeMeco. This one was the toughest one for me. I'm curious to see how you sit on it.
Sage, I'm going to pose another question to you.
Okay.
Because I want to put you on the spot here.
Do it.
Be honest with me. You are the biggest Robert Saleh fan that I know.
Yes, sir.
Be honest. DeMeco's better.
Oh, I think Saleh's better. I think
you don't actually believe that. There's no way you actually believe that. You would rather have Robert Saleh than DeMeco. Because that's the entire storyline for me, Sage. You got DeMeco coming back. He's got a badass defense. Dude, I love the guys off the edge. Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson for the Texans. You saw what they did against the Chiefs in that playoff game. They were getting after Patrick Mahomes, and I'm just so interested to see what happens when he goes up against Kyle Shanahan. But I got this actually being a loss, Sage. I do have this being a loss. I just think that this is the start of 2 back-to-back road games for the Niners, and it's a tough matchup. DeMeco knows what to do against Kyle Shanahan, so I got to mark this as a loss, unfortunately.
I'm with you. I mean, I think the Texans, the one thing that they really did last year is that defensive line. You can't move an inch on them. They stop the run really well. They get after your quarterback. I mean, in the playoffs, right? You saw it. The Chargers struggled to move the ball against them. They played the Chiefs. Even the Chiefs struggled to move the ball on them. I think they're going to be better. I mean, they got young receivers. The running back situation's up in the air, but I think they're going to be able to attack the Niners secondary on that turf. Niners are going to struggle to move the ball on the ground. I'm with you, Chase. I think it's a bad matchup against a team you don't see too often. The one thing I'm holding out hope is that the Niners receivers are going to be back. You're going to be in a dome situation, and Brock Purdy's just going to, put on a light show. Going to struggle, I mean, against that defense. You know how I think about Stingley. I think he's the best corner in the league. I mean, he just doesn't get the recognition I feel like he deserves. I think that team's legit. We kind of mentioned it with DeMeco. I mean, every Niner fan will tell you, right? That guy, like fuck the Houston Texans for going after him. He's on that team in 2023 instead of Steve Wilkes. They win that Super Bowl. I truly believe that in my heart of hearts. I mean, I'm a Niner fan, so I come with a backpack full of excuses and reasonings to why we lost every game, but that's truly how I feel. I think it's a loss, Chase. I mean, I have them at 6-2 at this point. I think you would be at 5-3.
So I would be at 4-3, Sage. I'd be at 4-3, or let me see. No, I would be at 5-3. You're right. So I'd have them at 5-3. And Sage, this is going to be the start of what we're going to call the Greenbrier stretch. So they got Houston, and then the next week, like you brought up, they got the New York Giants. Whenever they stay on the East Coast, I don't know if you knew this, they always stay at the Greenbrier in West Virginia. So that's my prediction as well. You're going to hear a lot about the Greenbrier around this time of the year.
Chase, coming off a couple sleeps at the Greenbrier, they're taking on Big Blue, the New York Giants, in the haunted MetLife Stadium. Niners minus 3.5. I'm assuming at this point it's going to be Jackson Dart starting. Who knows? I mean, kind of the biggest winner of the preseason, I would say, has been Jackson Dart. I think this is going to be a tricky game, Chase. I'm curious to see how you see it. What do you think about the Giants? What do you think about this matchup?
The only question I really have is Brian Daboll and the GM still going to have a job by now? I mean, this is going to be week 9. I actually really like the Giants defense. That defensive line, other than the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think it's the best in the entire NFL. They got your boy from Oregon. I'm telling you, Sage, look at them. I mean,
they're the best. It's not even close.
Giants.
I don't think it's close. I think the Giants have the best D-line in the league.
I mean, I definitely really like them. I think you got to give the nod to Pittsburgh, but I mean, you could tell. I mean, you could probably tell the same situation. They got a badass D-line, Sage.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. From top to bottom, just first and second round picks littered all around. I think they got the best D tackle in football. You can make your Chris Jones argument. I'll take Sexy Dexy. If Abdul Carter is supposed to be what you think he's going to be, then they got one of the best young edge rushers in the league. You got Brian Burns.
Sage. He's going to be a bad motherfucker in this.
Kayvon Thibodeau, Chauncey Golston. I mean, they are just like they got hordes and rounds of these guys that they're going to be
Brian Burns, dude. Brian Burns, too.
Yeah.
Don't forget about him. Badass.
Yeah. I think that who's the guy that they lost to the Eagles? I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah.
He had the long last name, but I think if Abdul Carter, you got Dexter Lawrence, you got Thibodeau, Brian Burns, like you got a pass rush that could get after anyone. What's the biggest concern with the Niners is this O-line.
Yeah.
And Jackson Dart, man, like I will put my hand up, man. I did not believe in this guy coming into the draft. What I saw in the preseason, I mean, you can't deny it, right? Like all you can give is your
I can deny it as the preseason. Come on now.
I know, but like that's all.
Crown him? Crown ass.
I mean, but like just from what I've seen, right? Like it didn't take me, right? Like an NFL game to realize that some of these guys are just absolute shit, right? Like I don't need another NFL game to tell you that, sorry to say his name again, that Trey Lance is just shit, right? I didn't need an NFL game to tell you, right, that Bo Nix is going to be a guy, that Caleb Williams is going to be a guy, that Jaden Daniels was going to be a guy. You could see it early. You could see it early that at least these guys were going to be competent last year, right? Like the hype started early. It started in the preseason, started in training camp. Jackson Dart's probably higher than any of those three guys. Like honestly, like maybe Jaden had the hype last year, but this guy, like all the things are coming out that this guy's a stud. You see him making the throws in the preseason game. Like I'm sort of trying to believe that the Giants, if this guy's their quarterback, can be somewhat like a good team. Did you know?
Are you saying this guy is as good as Jaden Daniels?
No, I'm saying
what is happening right now? You're saying that you're already locked in on this guy being great. You're telling me that you're getting stuff better than you heard with Jaden Daniels? Sorry, explain.
I think a lot of it does come from the fact that he plays in New York. But like everything that comes out on this guy is that he's the next coming of Jesus Christ. Like the throws he's making, how much his team loves him. You see him feeding the W to Jameis Winston. Just seems like I think it's a two-part thing where the media, their nightmare is that Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for this team. So they're going to prop up Jackson Dart so that he's the quarterback for the Giants because they know that's good for business. But at the same time, like it's on tape, bro. Like the throws he's making, like even some of the drops that his receivers have, it's right in the breadbasket. So I believe in him. I think of every team in the NFL, they're the hardest team for me to put my thumb on this season. Because if they're a bottom 5 team, I wouldn't be totally shocked. But if they sneak into the playoffs and actually surprise people with how dominant that D-line is and they could take care of the ball, I wouldn't be shocked. I do think the Niners win this game. I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're that good. They're in that echelon of teams yet. But we're spending a lot of time on the Giants, man. It seems like we're both kind of intrigued on what they can be.
I think that D-line, you got to be intrigued with it. It's one of the best in the league at one of the most important parts of the fucking game of football. So I definitely think they have some talent, but Sage, the rest of that defense on the back half, not that great at all. And you got a rookie quarterback. I just don't like the coach GM situation.
Yeah.
I get the hype with Jackson Dart. I just don't think that Brian Daboll should be the coach of the New York Giants. I think the Niners go into the Big Apple. They come out with a W. I got them going 6-3.
So I would have them at 7-2 here. Chase, we didn't even mention Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, if he's the guy, Tyrone Tracy. They got guys, man. Like I think they're building something over there. Maybe a year or two away.
I don't buy Scatterbo. I'll tell you that right now.
I for me, it's weird because he was an ASU guy, and they kind of made a run there, right? And he was the main guy. I thought that the whole reason they were good was because of him. And so I got to see it. He's one of those guys I got to see in the NFL. Like I'm going to doubt him until I see it in the NFL. And if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. But I kind of lean with you. I
saw he's like, what is he, like 5'9"? He got cracked in a couple of the runs that I saw against him. And I just think that he's not big enough. We've seen that happen a lot, right? Where you get that report coming out of the draft that this guy's not big enough. He can't be an inside the tackle back. I'm willing to die on that hill. I just don't think that he's going to be a guy that we can rely on. Maybe he could be a good gadget guy, but I just don't see it.
Chase, that takes us into our Week 10 matchup, our rematch against the Rams at Levi's this time. Rams were 1.5-point favorites in the first one. Week 10, Niners 1.5-point favorites. I mean, do you think we sweep them? How do you see this one playing? Do the Niners get their full revenge back on the Rams?
Not only do I see us sweeping them, Sage, I don't think you're going to see Matt Stafford. I think that the most that we're going to see from Matt Stafford from this point on is going to be on those Sleep Number commercials with his wife, Kelly Stafford. I think we're going to get Jimmy G this game. That's just me looking into the crystal ball, and nothing would make me happier than Nick Bosa just spiking Jimmy G into that grass at Levi Stadium. So I got the Niners winning. I think at this point, Matt Stafford's gone.
Chase, I see it how you see it, man. Like, I think that Stafford's done. I really do. Like, that was the point I wanted to hit on, is that I think this guy's struggling. I really do. Like, these reports, a little bit, glass, looking at it like with kind of not too sure if it's real, like not sure what to trust. Like, you have all those reports about his contract. He requested a trade. Maybe they're just doing this as part of the negotiations. We're going to let you sit out.
Yeah.
And then it starts to get serious. I mean, I don't know if there's a team more connected to Fox Sports and ESPN than Sean McVay and the Rams, but the guys that usually prop him up, like you got your Schrager's, right? You got your guys at ESPN, Fox, even they're concerned. So I'm starting to feel like, okay, where there's smoke, there's fire here, and that maybe this guy might just be toast. I mean, people want to point to Brady, but no one's going to be like Brady, right? You see it with Aaron Rodgers. You see it with a guy like Drew Brees. Like, once quarterbacks kind of start to go, they go, and there's no real coming back. So I think we're kind of at that point with Stafford. I know it's crazy to say coming off that playoff run, but you never used to have a bad back, right? Like, I think he's toast. I think the Niners get this one, Chase. I got him. So that would have me having them at 8-2 through 10 weeks. I think you would be sitting at 7-3.
Yeah. So I think I'd be at 7-3. And Sage, I know that we don't know for sure how this happened, but do you think it's more likely that Matt Stafford got this back injury by football or by being in the bedroom with Kelly Stafford?
Chase, I cannot speak on the matter.
Okay. Just wanted to pose the question. I think that, hey, anybody who's in the chat right now, yeah, give me your opinion. Was it through football or being in the bedroom with Kelly Stafford? Is that how Matt Stafford hurt his back?
Chase, that takes us into another divisional matchup, going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Niners 1.5-point favorites against the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a tough one, man. I mean, Arizona plays us a little bit tough. I think we both had them winning the first matchup. How do you see this one playing out? What do you think about the Niners' second matchup against the Cardinals?
So, Sage, I got an outside note right here that is going to calm you completely down. So this game is on November the 16th. Do you know what happens on November the 14th?
I'm guessing Call of Duty comes out.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 comes out, Sage. Expect a dog shit game from Kyler Murray. The Niners aren't going to lose 4 games in a row to the Arizona Cardinals. I got them losing that week 3 matchup. So I think that the Niners go to Arizona, they pick up Kyler Murray's dog tag, and they bring a win back home to Levi Stadium.
Chase, I think I see this in reverse from you. I mean, you make a good point. I didn't really.
It's a perfect point. It's a perfect point. Call of Duty's coming out. Kyler's done past this point.
Then, I mean, the Cardinals are the type of team where they can fall off real late, or they could fall off in the second half of the season quicker than you'd think. I mean, James Conner, the guy's kind of, he's there and he's not. And he gets injured. He's in and out of the lineup. Kyler Murray, fragile, can always get hurt. I just think that they split with the Cardinals. I don't think they're going to sweep. I don't think they sweep the NFC West. I think they win one at home, lose in Arizona. It seems like the Cardinals always play us tough. I got to take it at face value. They're healthy now. I got to assume they're going to be healthy for this game. I'm not trying to predict injuries here, especially when we're the most injured team historically in the league. So I got the Cardinals taking this one. I got us sitting at 8-3. That would be, I think we've caught up now. I think we both have the Niners at 8-3, heading into a home Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. ESPN against the Carolina Panthers, a team that people are going to, think are going to be frisky this year. Chase, Niners 7-point favorites against the Panthers at Levi's. Monday Night Football. I have them coming off a loss. You have them coming off a win. How do you see this one playing out?
So I'm going to start out with this. I really liked how Bryce Young ended last year. I like a lot of the pieces they got on defense. No heavy hitters, but they got a lot of good pieces, and they're seeing the development with Bryce Young. They're giving him a lot of weapons that could potentially help him develop, and I think that they're only going to go up from here. But they ain't winning. They ain't winning at Levi's Stadium on the Monday Night Football. I got the Niners. Blowout.
I have the same thing. I mean, I think that 7 points is going to be about 9.5, 10. I do like the Panthers. I mean, they got a good O-line. Chuba Hubbard might be the most under-discussed good player in the league. I mean, Chase is kryptonite damn near.
This guy's killed me in fantasy throughout my entire life. I can't stand fucking Chuba Hubbard, but yeah, you're right.
Xavier Legette, I didn't love him as a 1, but as a 2 next to Tetaroa, if he's who they say he's supposed to be, rookie receiver from Arizona, big guy. Seems like the preseason hype has been that this guy's the guy. I don't know if I trust Bryce Young yet, but I do like what I saw. The defense needs to improve. But in that second half of the year, man, they were putting up fights against the Chiefs, the Eagles, kind of giving fits to the Falcons, the Bucks, like playoff teams that were right on the verge of making the playoffs. I think Bryce Young's got his confidence back. I don't think he's going to go into Levi's and put up any sort of a fight. I think the Niners are the perfect team to, humble him a bit. He's as immobile as it gets. He's small. I think that's a guy Nick Bosa picks up and, picks his teeth with. He's a little scrawny. I think the Niners are going to eat him up. CJ West is going to have a day. Mark it right here. That will be CJ West's coming out party. Week 11, week 12.
Week 12.
Of the NFL season. Everyone will know who CJ West is. Chase, I got the Niners at 9-3 coming off this game.
Sage, one more thing. Could you just say Tetaroa one more time?
Tetaroa. Is it wrong?
No, you're saying it good. I like it. I don't know.
I got that native tongue, bro. I got that native tongue. You could call him Tet.
You got a little spicy. I'll give you that.
Chase, that takes us into maybe the stinkiest game. A team I don't know who you're going to see at quarterback. It's going to be November 30th when you take on the Cleveland Browns at Cleveland. Niners fans will remember that 2023 year, you actually lost in Cleveland. A lot of teams questioned Brock Purdy after that game. Did Jake Moody miss kick? The first time Niners fans started to question who Jake Moody was. Can we trust him to be the kicker of this team? Brock Purdy gets you into a position to win that game. Niners got a chance at revenge here. Chase, the Niners are 6-point favorites going into Cleveland. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback. It might be Shadur just because of the media pressure put on by Ryan Clark. It might be Dylan Gabriel. It could still be Joe Flacco. What do you think? How do you see the Cleveland Browns? Who wins this game?
So, Sage, my first note right here was I don't care who the quarterback is. You could give me Shadur Sanders. You could give me Ned Flanders. You could be the Washington Commanders. 9-4. 9-4, baby. And obviously, you got some of the talk coming in with Jake Moody. His, house of terrors a little bit in Cleveland. I think the weather's going to be shitty. It's never a comfortable sight when you're going up against Myles Garrett in that kind of inclement weather. But I got the Niners winning, Sage. They get a win in Cleveland. Come on now. Let's be real.
Chase, I don't know how much time I got to spend on this. I mean, this is a W. I like what you did there, man. What was it? Shadur Sanders, Ned
Flanders, or the Washington Commanders.
9-4. I mean, I can't see the Niners losing this game. I just can't. I mean, they lost to the Browns 2 years ago, and they were bad then. This team's twice as bad. Myles Garrett might have requested a trade by now. I mean, actually, he just got paid, $40 million, so he's probably still on the team, but I don't know. I can't see it. I mean, their wide receiver one's Jerry Jeudy. The guy they drafted to be their running back one, Kinshawn Judkins, hasn't signed with the team, is going through a legal battle, is considering going back to college. And it just seems like a nightmare situation. It's going to be probably Jerome Ford, your starting running back. I can't see it. I think this is the worst organization in the NFL. I feel bad for Kevin Stefanski. Let me just take a minute here. Being questioned on his morals, saying that he's purposely setting Shadur Sanders up to fail. I can't believe what I'm hearing. And it's not just like Twitter trolls saying this. You got RG3, like Ryan Clark, guys on First Take saying that this guy is poisoning his young quarterback who he didn't even want in Shadur Sanders. And that they're questioning that the Browns should maybe consider moving on from him if he's not giving his guys the right opportunity. He drafted Dylan Gabriel to be his quarterback. That's who he's focused on. Chill on the Kevin Stefanski. Two-time coach of the year. I think he's been given the worst hand of any coach. But I don't need to spend much time. This is a Niner podcast, Chase. Niners, bye week 14. So
much needed.
Heading back to Levi's to take on the Tennessee Titans. This is their biggest spread of the year. The Niners are 7.5-point favorites against Tennessee coming off the bye. Chase, I think you see it how I see it. What do you think happens week 14?
Yeah, so this is just This is just a take care of business, no problem W. I actually do think that Cam Ward is going to be a good quarterback eventually. I like what I'm hearing coming out. And last year, Sage, I was hyping up this Tennessee defense. I think that there's a lot of good pieces. They have Jeffrey Simmons on that interior D-line and Tavondre Sweat. I mean, Sage, this guy's 6'6", 360. This dude's a fucking beast. So it's not going to be just a walk over them kind of win, but we're getting to week 15. The Niners are going to get geared up to make a playoff run, so they're going to take care of business. I got a win against the Titans.
A little bit of an extreme comparison, Chase, but I think the Titans are similar to like the Singletary Niners, where it's like, I see the talent. I see the talent.
I like that.
They got the players. I just think Callahan's that terrible of a head coach. I think it's a misused team. I'm with you. Like the defense, they got players, man. Like they got studs. They got a good O-line. They invested more in their O-line. I like Pollard. I like Ridley. I'm like you, man. Like, I kind of am believing in Cam Ward. I mean, the most under-discussed first-round pick maybe of all time. I think it's perfect for him. He's flying under the radar. Seems like he's made of all the right stuff. You hear all the reports. 5 a.m. every day since he's been drafted, has been in the facility with the coaches, watching film. You got to love that, man. The tangibles are there. It seems like he's working to make sure that the intangibles are going to be there. I'm definitely rooting for Cam Ward. I like him. I think the Titans are going to be frisky. I think the Niners are going to win. I mean, Saleh against a rookie quarterback. I think he's going to eat it up. You know, those exotic blitzes, man. He's going to bring that corner off the edge once or twice like he did with Bo Nix. It's going to work. I think the Niners are going to be able to move the ball. I think this is a dub chase. I got the Niners leaving Levi Stadium 11-3 to take on the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. Excuse me again. Their second Monday Night Football game of the year. This time in Indianapolis. Niners 3-point favorites against the Colts. We got Danny Dimes, might be Anthony Richardson. It don't matter. Niners 3.5-point favorites. Chase, how do you see this one playing out?
Sage, sound the whistles. Sound the whistles. Play all of the different kind of noises that we have going on. Trap game of the year. I got the Niners losing this one, Sage.
Wow.
It's near Christmas, right? I think it's on the 22nd. So I think their minds are just going to be off this team. You got a great run game with the Colts. You got, I think, probably a top 5 O-line in the league. Jonathan Taylor. Yes, I'm not that pleased with Daniel Jones or whatever the quarterback situation is going to be over there. But they got a good defense. They got a good run game. You're going on the road. I'm just seeing this as a trap game, Sage. I'm marking this as an L.
What ranking or what percentage of Seth went into your ranking? Because I know you love Seth.
So I was going to bring this up a little bit earlier, or I mean a little bit later in the next segment, but I was going to say this is going to be the most hype thing for me to look at before the Monday night game is just Seth's video. That's literally all that I'm going to be looking forward to. No one's going to be hyped for this game, and I think the Niners are going to lose. So that's what I got.
Chase, I mean, I'm kind of with you on this. I mean, 5th best running offensive line last year against the run block win rate was the Colts. I mean, I think the Niners win. I can't see us losing to Daniel Jones. I will say, though, I do remember that game 2 years ago, Thursday Night Football. Daniel Jones came into Levi's and gave us fits. He kind of gave us fits. Like, he played us well. It was something that kind of, put my ears up a bit. I was like, maybe he's not that bad. That was the year, of course, the Giants went to the playoffs, beat the Vikings, and then got the absolute shit kicked out of them by, I think, Philly. But, I mean, I just can't see it, man. Like, I can't see it. I don't believe in Steichen. I mean, me and you have had our battles on Steichen. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I do believe in JT and what that pass game or what their pass catchers are. I don't think that a run game alone is good enough to stop the Niners. You talked about the Armstead revenge game. This will be the DeForest Buckner revenge game, right? But I don't think it's enough, Chase. I think they're a shitty team. I think the Niners are going to walk all over them. I got the Niners winning this to take them to 12-4.
One thing I will say, Sage, you got to be a little bit scared of that D-line that they got for the Colts. I don't know if you knew. 2025 first-round pick, JT Tamulo. 2024 first pick, Laiatu Latu. Sage, they got the ooses on the D-line. We both grew up in San Bruno, California. We know, hey, ooses, they could play some D-line. So I just think that they're a tough team. This is classic. You always see one game throughout the year where you just don't have any of that anticipation. You're a little bit lacking energy, and I think the Colts are going to jump on them. So I got them dropping to 11-4.
So you have them I think I misspoke. So I actually have them. So I would be 12-3 after this game.
Yep.
So 12-3, you got them at 11-4. Only 2 weeks left. One more primetime game, potentially 2, depending on how that week 18 slate, plays out. But heading into week 17, I think one of the more hyped NFC matchups will be, one of the more hyped NFC teams is going to be what the Bears can be, who they play, and how they look against contenders. You saw how they looked against bad teams versus how they looked against good teams. They come into Levi's December 28th, Sunday Night Football. Niners 3.5-point favorites. You've heard the hype. You've heard about Ben Johnson, what he's been. Caleb Williams, Luther Burn, the improvements they made to their O-line. I mean, Colston Loveland. It's a pretty new team, new culture, new identity heading into Levi's. Chase, I know you're not the biggest fan of the quarterback of the team. What do you think happens Sunday Night Football, Bears, 49ers?
Sage, go ahead. Get on your bullshit. I want to address whatever bullshit comes out of your mouth. So you go ahead first.
I think this is going to be similar to what you saw last year. I mean, I think it's going to be a blowout.
Oh,
The Bears aren't the type, like I said, the Bears aren't the type of team that could take on the Niners. You saw it last year. You can blame it on situation where the Bears were at that point in the year. Who really is the Bears running back? DeAndre Swift, right?
yep.
Like Roshan Johnson. Are they really going to be able to run the ball against the Niners? Do you trust Caleb Williams to be decisive when Robert Saleh has a blitz coming down his throat like 8 out of 10 times? I think the Niners are going to dominate them. They dominated that defense last year. The defense, for as much as the offense improved, the defense, they lost guys, didn't make many improvements. They just got older. I think the Niners are going to blow them out like they did last year. I think the Niners might be playing for that 1 seed at this point, a chance to maybe rest their guys week 18, their last home primetime game. I think they go all out to kill the Bears. I don't think this one's close. I think the Niners win this one easily.
So, Sage, what interests me about this game is that you're going to have Ben Johnson and Kyle Shanahan going head-to-head. And we saw in that last Monday Night Football game last year, they were getting deep into their bags. There's like a mutual respect and a rivalry with these two. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do. But you know me, Sage, I'm not a fan of Caleb Williams. I mean, they're basically getting any kind of supply package they could get for this guy to try to have him not be a bust. They beef up that O-line, bringing in Drew Dahlman and Joe Tooney. They're drafting first-round wide receivers, first-round tight ends every single year. We're going to know what Caleb is by this point. We're going to see if Caleb could be a serviceable quarterback or not. I think that he's going to be serviceable, but we're never going to fully realize the hype that we saw coming in with Caleb Williams. I think Niners take care of business as well here, Sage. Kyle Shanahan's going to have the best game of the year right now. I got Niners winning. 12-4 for the Niners heading into the last week.
Chase, I got him at 13-3, man. It's funny because when you break it down game by game, obviously you got to account for some losses that you couldn't see coming beforehand. But I don't know, man. Like, I just think like the schedule just breaks the travel, the home games, when you have your road games, the way the primetime games work out. I just think it favors well for the Niners, man. Heading into week 18, the way I see it, man, like I just got to stop and say, like, I have them at 13-3. I think this is where you look and see like the Niners might have the 1 seed wrapped up. They might be playing for it. It's a little bit tricky. I mean, you have your home matchup. I mentioned it. You have your home matchup against Seattle. You saw them week 1. You get to see them week 18. Flex game, you don't know where this is going to land. If they have anything to play for, you'd assume that this is going to be a primetime game. Niners currently, as it stands, 4.5-point favorites. I have them at 13-3 heading into this week, Chase. You have them at 12-4. How do you think the Niners close the year?
This is a classic, and everybody, keep in mind, when you get to week 18, if you are gambling on football games throughout the year, you got to realize that week 18 is different than any other week. Week 1 and week 18. I think the Niners are going to be sitting their guys, Sage. I think they're going to have the NFC West locked up. I don't know about the 1 seed. They'll probably be within contention of the 1 seed, but I'm just seeing that they're going to rest up their guys. I got the Seahawks winning. I think the Seahawks probably steamroll them, especially if they sit their guys. You know the Seahawks are probably going to be in that wild card conversation, so they're going to be going all out. I got Seahawks beating the Niners in week 18.
So, Chase, what I put here is I put cosmetic loss, right? Like, I think I'm putting a loss here to make up for a loss that'll happen throughout the season. That's going to happen somewhere between week 1 and 17, because there is a chance that the Niners are just playing for the 1 seed here, or they're sitting because they have the 1 seed. So you don't know which direction it's going to go. I lean with how I, had the schedule breaking out that the Niners have the 1 seed in lock here. They're going to be resting their guys. So I put a loss here as well. I have them splitting against the Seahawks, finishing 13-4. I think you have them finishing 12-5. I know you probably haven't done the entire breakdown yet of where that has them finishing in the NFC. I think 13-4 is good enough to be the 1 seed. I mean, I'll look it up now. NFC standings from last year, what the Eagles were in 2024. So the Lions were 15-2 and they had the 1 seed. So 13-4 in last year's schedule would have them as the 3 seed. I think, those teams have much tougher matchups, much harder schedules, but me and you see it the same, man. I think that's easily enough to win the NFC West, probably by a couple games, and the Niners will be somewhere between the 1, 2, or 3 seed.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great shot to go for the 1 seed stage. A lot of the teams that I like in the NFC are the Eagles and a lot of the teams that you have in the NFC North. So I think that they're going to beat up on each other a little bit. It's hard to tell me that the Eagles aren't going to lose 5 games this year. I just think that there's going to be a natural regression with them being the Super Bowl champions. And if you look at their schedule stage, they're going through murderer's row. So I think the Niners are going to be in contention with the 1 seed. If I had to guess, though, I'm going to just say they're going to be the 2.
Chase, I like it. I mean, we see a lot of optimism with the team. We see a complete turnaround. I mean, the Niners are going to find themselves during the year. I've been saying it. It's an easy schedule. I don't think we're going to know who they truly are until they start to play some of these better teams in the playoffs. But I think that they're going to build up some momentum. Hopefully against, some of these softer teams, they won't have to go all out and actually could carry a healthy roster into the year. I mean, Chase, we went through it. I want to get your opinion. You want to get my opinion, right? Let's talk about some of these games, right? The Niners actually, the way it works out, the Niners have 5 primetime games this year. We're not going to give them to you. We're going to break them down here. We're going to go 5-1 reverse order here. We're going to give you our top 5 primetime games based on the schedule that we just gave you. Chase, I'll let you kick it off here. Number 5, who do we got?
So at number 5, Sage, I think that we both agreed on this one. We got week 16. We got Monday Night Football, like I brought up, against the Colts 3 days before Christmas Day. This one has to be 5, right? I mean, if we're looking at the rest of the primetime games, this one was clearly the one I was least interested in.
100%. I mean, it's just like, it's so vanilla, so bland. Not only is it not an NFC team, it's an AFC team who probably means nothing. They have no storylines, no interesting factors about them. It's going to be, I mean, you said it's a trap game though. So that's why I'm a little, intrigued by it. I think some people might see it that way, that the Niners traveling, cross country to play a primetime game, it could be a trap for them, but I don't think this team's interesting. I think as primetime games go, this is as boring as it could get. A lot of people are going to look at this and maybe choose to take their girlfriends out for dinner that night. I know us Niners fans will be locked in, but I agree here, Chase. I mean, we went through this together. We have these as the same as they do, as one has the other. So I think Colts at 5 here.
I will say one more thing, though, Sage. I do think that I'm going to be hyped up for that Seth video. I am excited to see how Seth is going to try to attack the 49ers. A lot of people, probably knowingly make fun of Seth, but I honestly really like what he does. I'm hyped up for it. And the Christmas factor too, Sage. The Christmas factor, I think that everybody's going to be focused on getting gifts for their girlfriends or for their boyfriends, and honestly just dreading to see their families in a couple days from there. So no one's going to be focused on this game. Clear number 5 for me.
All right, Chase. At number 4, we have that Panthers game on Monday Night Football, week 12, a few weeks prior. I mean, we went through it, right? I mean, the Panthers, they could be frisky. We saw some positive signs from Bryce Young, but compared to what you have, beforehand, you can't have it above any of the other games. You just can't.
No, you can't. So this is number 4. I have it above the Indy game because I actually am interested to see how Bryce Young is going to do. And like I said, they got a couple good guys on that defense that they brought in. I'm a little bit suspect about this coach, though. Dave Canales leaves Tampa Bay. Liam Cohen comes in and basically one-ups him with what he does with that Buccaneers offense. I don't know if this guy's the guy, but I'm interested to see how these Niners go up against Bryce Young. So I got them at number 4. I think this is a perfect spot for this game, Sage.
Chase, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's going to be a good one. Niners, I said, it's their biggest spread of the year, I believe, at 7.5 or 7. So I think this is their second biggest spread of the year. People aren't expecting fireworks. I mean, it's a lot of speculation on what the Panthers could be. You got better games ahead of it, teams who are a little bit more proven, a little bit more, bigger brands. Like, what really are the Panthers? What kind of media? You got to think, is this game going to be leading the coverage the next day? Probably not, even though it's prime time. I think the next one, though, has a chance. You got at number 3, week 7 matchup against the Falcons. You got Niners-Falcons, Sunday Night Football, Chase. How do you see this one? Do you like it at 3? What do you think about this matchup?
Sage, I don't know. There's nothing like the first Sunday Night Football game for your team. You got Mike and Chris on the call. You got the Carrie Underwood song coming in. You're boozing up beforehand to get ready for the game. So I'm going to be pumped up for this one. And this is an NFC matchup where I think that this Atlanta Falcons team is definitely in contention to be a playoff team. It really comes down to, what do you think about Michael Penix, right? Also, don't call him Michael Penis. He told us all that.
Yeah.
But I think that if he's able to be a serviceable quarterback, just be able to just hit guys, hit open guys when you're in the pocket. I think he could do that. This could be an impressive team. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the Niners. I think number 3 is perfect.
Chase, that brings us into our number 2 primetime matchup of the year. Week 17, this could be for all the marbles. You got the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson coming into town. The game after Christmas kind of has that same holiday factor. 520. I mean, I can spin on this one a little bit. I mean, you got
go ahead.
two big brands here. You got the Chicago Bears, old-time brand. You got the 49ers. Like I said, week 17, a lot of people have the Bears making the playoffs. A lot of people have the Niners making the playoffs. These teams are going to be going at it, right? You got the Caleb Williams factor. What can he be? I mean, it's going to be basically the end of the season. We're going to know what he is year 2, year 1 under Ben Johnson. You got the Brock Purdy, Niners. Have they bounced back? What really are they at this point in the season? What are they playing for? How have they come together? Are they even healthy, right? So I think this matchup at this point of the season, it could have damn near been number 1, but you got to have these two teams here, the brand, what the teams hold.
Yeah, and what I will say, I brought this up earlier, Sage. It really comes down to me. You got Kyle Shanahan's offense going up against Ben Johnson's offense. They both had that little competitive rivalry going on. You saw it last year when the Niners played the Detroit Lions, and I just think there's going to be fireworks. I expect Kyle Shanahan to have his best coaching game of the year. So, number 2, absolutely.
Chase, I mean, when we broke this down, we put the games out, we laid them out in front of us. There can only be one at number 1. It's the rivalry. I mean, it's probably your biggest rival in the NFC West now. You got the Rams, even though it's Thursday Night Football. You got the Niners-Rams Week 5 Thursday night matchup, the Amazon Prime Video game. Chase, I mean, I'll let you speak on it. We got the McVay factor. We got the Shanahan factor. The Matt Stafford is going to probably be healthy in the early part of the season factor. What they think they are, how they think they're big bro now. Why is this number 1 for you?
This is number 1, Sage, because Sean McVay versus Kyle Shanahan is the best coaching rivalry in the entire NFL and probably will be as long as these two are on these teams. Get ready, 49ers fans, because nobody glazes the Los Angeles Rams like the Amazon Prime pregame, postgame team. So get ready for that. The stakes are as high as possible, Sage. This is probably the team, if not the Seattle Seahawks, that you're going to be going up against in the NFC West for the title. This has to be won.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this is the team that's second in the NFC for NFC West best odds. A lot of people have them as their sleeper. You got Devontae Adams. You got a lot of, young guys on that defense that are supposed to take a step up. I like what the Rams did last year. I mean, they came along as the year went. That defense, I mean, Jared Verse, Puka Nacua was hurt, Kyron Williams. You're expecting a little bit more of Blake Corum. I think they drafted a tight end from Oregon, I believe Ferguson, who they're expecting to be, the next guy up after Higbee, who just can't seem to be healthy. I think that they have a lot of variance, man. They're like a seesaw team, right? Like if everything goes right, it's going to be really good. But if they're old and they get injured and these guys don't play out, they could be the last team in the NFC West. They can be, what people expected them to be last year. So just the rivalry factor, what they are, how they were running their mouths last season. I think these Niners want to get their get back on them, Chase. I think that's going to wrap it. Our top 5 primetime games.
1 second, Sage, because I think this is going to be good to have on the TikTok here. But what do you think about the ghost of Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit? What do you think about that entire commentating duo? Are we excited to hear them for this game?
I will always, until the guy is mute, I will be happy to hear Al Michaels. It's not even his it's let me redo that. It's not what he's doing, how excited he is, the energy he brings. It's the nostalgia. It's the fact that he feels like football, right? It's like when you have Boomer in the booth at ESPN again, breaking down, doing the 2-minute drill. Are his jokes, is everything he's doing as cutting, as funny as it was at one time? No, but it's still Boomer, and I'd rather have him than anyone else because it just feels like football. It sounds like how football should sound.
Never had a vegetable in his life.
Yeah, I know that.
Do you buy that? But that has to be bullshit.
No, I buy it. I honestly buy it. He wouldn't stick to it that long, which is just crazy. I think he's had it, but like when they go on the road, they say he literally like eats a 4-course meal, like right during the game, just like steak, just a bunch of meat, potatoes and meat.
Booze, steak, and potatoes, man. The Al Michaels diet in football.
That's what I need, man. If I want to have a long, luxurious career.
I think any man would be willing to, if you told him that they could be a millionaire by 80 years old off that diet, I think anybody would take that. I mean, let's be real here, Sage.
Chase, we hit our primetime games. It's a 17-game season. We got better games throughout. They might not all be primetime games, but we got some good games, man. I mean, the Niners schedule, for as easy as it is, there's still a couple here and there that we want to talk about, we want to dive into. We got our top 5 regular season games for the season, man, for what the Niners are facing. We could start at number 5. The 5th best game, I think, comes week 1 as the Niners take on the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm just so hyped for this game, Sage, for a bunch of reasons. This is the comeback year for the 49ers. I'm interested to see how all the rookies are going to be playing right out the jump in their first regular season game. And you got so many changes with that Seattle Seahawks team. I think that defense is going to be one of the best in the NFL. And I really want to see how Sam Darnold looks. So this has to be on the list. And it could arguably be even higher.
I agree, Chase. I think that it's just week 1. It's the most anticipation you have because you win this once the schedule comes out, May 14th. The first thing you're thinking of is that week 1 matchup. When players go down, right? When you see the injuries in the receiver, the running back room, it's like, how are they going to fare against Seattle? What are they going to do against the Seahawks? Now it's here. Week 1, you've been thinking about it for 2-3 months. I think it's typically the most hype game you have. That's not a primetime game. You got it against a big rival, the Seahawks. You love to go up to Lumen Field, kick the shit out of them. I think you got to get your get back for what happened last time against Geno Smith. I'm so pumped for this game. I can't even describe it. But I got that at number 5. Chase, number 4. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say really quick that Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan rivalry for the next 5 years, it's going to be electric. So you're just going to start to see the start of that. I can't wait to see how they match up on week 1. Absolutely.
I will say, man, like the NFC West has a lot of young, bright coaches that are going to be there for a while. Rivalries are going to build, right? Like you got McDonald. I like the Cardinals guy. I think like Gannon. I think Gannon's that Gannon, good. McDonald, you have that young defensive cutting edge mind, and then you got Shanahan, McVay, who are supposed to be the young offensive minds. Like it's a good yin and yang. It's a good counterbalance to the other. Chase, our number 4 best matchup of the year for the 49ers, week 7 against the Falcons, a frisky team that has a new quarterback in Michael Penix, has a fair amount of good position players, whatever Kyle Pitts could be, whatever Drake London is, Bijan Robinson. I got this at number 4. Sunday Night Football.
Like you brought up, Sage, this is the first Sunday Night Football game of the year. You're going to have, not Al and Chris, you're going to have Mike and Chris on the call. Vibes are going to be extremely high. Sage, this is going to be remembered as the Christian McCaffrey game. He's going up against Bijan Robinson, the guy that he trained with all year, the guy who's known as probably one of, if not the best running backs in the NFL. McCaffrey's going to want to make sure that everybody thinks that he's still on that level that we saw in 2023. So that's why you got to have it on this list.
100%. I mean, we don't know what the Falcons are going to be. They're one of those teams, man, that they have a lot of hype. They got a lot of hype. People think that offense is going to be explosive. You hear it in the fantasy circles, all the talk. Bijan Robinson is quote unquote the guy that I'm being told I should take first overall, the most talented running back. We're going to see it. I mean, Michael Penix, could he be a kingmaker? Could he get the best out of Drake London? Can he revive the career of Kyle Pitts? We'll see it. We'll see what this guy's about. I mean, I don't know if there's any saving Kyle Pitts, but I'm excited for it, man. I mean, at number 4, I feel like it's a perfect spot. A team that's supposed to compete in the NFC South.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at number 3, Sage, we got another Sunday Night Football game. Like we brought up, we got that matchup coming in, Ben Johnson versus Kyle Shanahan. The Niners are taking on the Bears. This one was pretty simple for me, Sage. This has got to be in the top 3.
100%. I mean, we talked about it, the brands, the storylines behind it, the point of the season that it's in. I just think that the Niners, the Bears, right? Like 2 old school, like successful teams. The Bears going to be looking to have like their first successful season in a while. What will Caleb Williams be? What will the Niners be at that point in the season? Are these teams healthy? What are they playing for? Week 17, right before the year ends. They could be playing for it all. They could be playing for nothing. But as it stands now, this is going to be a great game.
Not only the matchup on the field, Stage, you got to think about it just media-wise. Nobody or no other team is getting talked about more than this Chicago Bears team. I don't think any player is getting talked about more than Caleb Williams. So this is going to be electric. Another Sunday Night Football game. So it's going to be immaculate when it comes in November or December.
Yeah, December. So this is going to be a late season game right before that New Year's stretch. I think it's December 28th, which moves us, Chase. We talked about it. The apprentice meets the master. Number 2. Yeah. We got the Niners week 8 matchup against the Houston Texans at Houston. Chase, the storyline, D'Amico against his old team, Shanahan against his apprentice. How do you see this one playing out? Why do you have it here?
I was about to say, man, it's almost like seeing Anakin Skywalker going up against Obi-Wan Kenobi in Revenge of the Sith, right? Like you're seeing the Padawan face the Master. That's what I'm seeing with D'Amico Ryans, who's got a badass defense with Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter coming off the edge. I can't wait to see how he matches up against the 49ers offense. And on the other side, I think you got Robert Saleh, who's got to fight for a little pride. I think a lot of people in 49er land look a little bit more fondly upon D'Amico Ryans than Robert Saleh. He's doing great in Houston. Saleh, as we all know, got ran out of New York. So I think he's going to have an extra pride factor. This is a family game, Sage. So this is number 2 for me.
Chase, I mean, we said it. It's the storylines. It's the what ifs. It's the Saleh against D'Amico head up. A lot of Niner fans, I think they're pretty split on this. I think if you surveyed, like a Family Feud style Niners question, who's the best defensive coordinator of the Kyle Shanahan era, you'll get 0 votes Sorensen, 0 votes Steve Wilks, and you'll get about 50% of the vote for Robert Saleh, 50% of the vote for D'Amico Ryans. I know you think it leans a little bit more towards D'Amico. I think the nostalgia factor of that 2019 and what, Saleh might be doing this year, coming back, if he's the guy. D'Amico obviously proved to be a better head coach. I think this is going to be a great matchup. I look at it more from the Shanahan-D'Amico perspective, but the Saleh perspective too. So I just think there's a lot of storylines here and how these teams are going to attack each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, Sage, I'll just lean it into you. I'll give you first dibs on this one. So at number 1, we brought it up. We said that it was going to be the number 1 primetime game of the year, but it's Thursday Night Football. It's week 5. It's Sean McVay versus Kyle Shanahan. This is the most anticipated game of the 49ers season, and I don't think it's even close.
Chase, I mean, we don't got to hit it again. We already did it, but the Niners, the Rams, you know what? These two teams, they don't like each other, Chase. That's what you're going to be hearing all year or all week leading up to this game. The Niners, the Rams, these two teams, they don't like each other. I mean, the McVay-Shanahan factor, you got the Matt Stafford factor, the fact that this team kind of took the Niners chain last year. Can you snatch it back like Debo on the bike? Can you get your shit back? Can you get your get back? Like Debo said, I know he's not here anymore, but that get back a motherfucker. I think this team, they beat you twice last year, kind of ended your season on Thursday Night Football. Or was it? Yeah, last year on Thursday Night Football. You get your revenge here on Thursday Night Football to play them. I think the Niners are going to square them up. I think that this is going to be the game everyone talks about. I'd say it's the biggest rivalry now in the NFC West, now that the Seahawks have kind of, died down.
Yep.
And you got them week 5, so they'll be healthy. It'll be a good matchup.
I think this is going to be the moment where you see a beat-up Matthew Stafford not looking like the same guy. I think this is going to be the part of the season where Brock Purdy really starts to ascend and gets into that top 10 conversation. I will say, though, 49ers fans, I said it on the last segment, watch out. This Amazon Prime crew, they're going to be all over Sean McVay. They're going to be all over the Los Angeles Rams. So just get ready for all the narratives that are going to be coming around in the pregame. Don't let it get you down. Niners going to take this one home.
Chase, I mean, people could say it's an easy schedule. There's still a lot of good games on here. I mean, as a Niner fan, maybe I'm biased. Like maybe if you're like a Colts fan or a Bengals fan, you're not pumped for Niners Rams. You're not pumped for Niners Falcons. But as a Niners fan, I'm going to come with a little bias. I think it's a great schedule. I mean, obviously it favors us. I'm going to say it's a good schedule because we're supposed to win. I mean, our over-under's 10.5. We're favored in 15 games. I have us winning 13. You have us winning 12 games, Chase. So I think it's going to be a good turnaround season. Good bounce back for the Niners. Get healthy, could stay healthy. It should be fine.
Let's be honest, Sage. This schedule is easy as fuck. If you look at some of the schedules coming in for the Eagles, they're playing the Chiefs. They're playing the Bills. They're matching up against the AFC North. It's actually like a murderer's row. You have maybe 3 teams outside of the NFC West that concern me a little bit on this schedule. So the Niners have to take advantage of this. Just stay healthy. Take care of your business, and it's looking like you'll get a good seeding, maybe even that number 1 seed to try to get back to the Super Bowl.
Chase, I love it. I'm going to kick it over to you now, man. I mean, we went into it last week. You've been giving us your top 15 Bay Area athletes of the 21st century. It's time. It's time to revisit. Time to move on with the list. Chase, I'm going to kick it over to you here.
Sage, so you know what we're going to go ahead and decide to do? So we're not going to release that tonight.
Okay.
Because we want to set it up. We want to build it up a little bit more. We want to put it out on Twitter. And we want to make sure that people get emphasized. Hey, this is the top 10 Bay Area athletes of the 21st century. So we want to make sure that we get enough numbers going in there. And we're going to have that set up for you. Sager, I don't know. When are we coming to them next?
We'll be coming to you next week. I mean, we'll be previewing the season. We're going to give you guys our gambling show, what we're putting our money on. This isn't just, I'm betting the Niners week 1. This is props, who we like, who we think is going to make a name for themselves on this team. We'll give you sack bets. We'll give you rushing bets, receiving, touchdowns, all that. How we fare, overs and unders, so you can see the players we don't like as much. That'll be next week. I mean, we got this week to prep for it. We're going to be coming through you. It's going to be a long show. We're going to be giving you bets, everything. So I'm really excited for that one, Chase. One of my favorite shows that we've been doing on this channel for a while now. This is actually the first year we're doing it, but it's going to be the start of something good. We're going to be able to track it, get some TikToks out, and you guys are going to be able to follow along with us.
I can't wait, Sage. I think that there's nobody in the 49er gambling space, and no one's touching it. I mean, you got a bunch of Big J journalists who can't really dive into that. Maybe they could give you a couple prize picks. It's like, oh, is Brandon Ayuk going to get over 3.5 catches? We're going to give you the odds straight from Sin City. We're going to give you the perspective of a couple guys who have bet all the money that they have in their pockets at the sports book when they're over in Las Vegas. So none of this cookie cutter prize picks bullshit. We're going to tell you ways how to make some real motherfucking money. And we were hot last year, Sage. I think I was 20 games over 500. So we were hot last year. I'm going to put the same level of commitment into this year. So I don't see why we can't be right around there.
I mean, we got the TikTok going. We're playing with a little bit more at stake here, Chase. I think I was 12 games. I was hot. I fell apart a little bit at the end. I need to go back and check my record, but we both had a great year, both profitable by a wide margin. So I just need to, recapture that flame, recapture that fire, build off of it, and just have another successful year, right?
We got to get a cup. We got to get a cup going, man, because I brought it up last year. It's like a situation with a fantasy football league where you don't set up the punishment in week 1. Then you try to do it in week 9 and nothing ever gets set up, right? We got to get a bet in, Sage, for the entire year. We got to get something going, man. I'm telling you. People who are listening right now, throw something in the comments. What should we have on the line? Me and Sage. I mean, obviously, we want iron to sharpen iron. We both want to do well, but there's got to be a little competition in the stuff.
Chase, whatever you want. Maybe we could put it up. We'll drop our email, westbounddown98@gmail.com. Send us some ideas. It'll be in the bio of this. Whatever you guys got, send us. We'll be reading through them. Send us viewer questions. We're going to start a mailbag as we go forward. Chase, I think that does it for today. Tell them where they could find us. Tell them everything that they need to know.
So TikTok is going to be the biggest place you can find us, guys. We're going to be posting videos there. You could also find us on YouTube or Twitter, wherever you're seeing us right now. Also, I guess we do have a Red Note account. There is somewhere on Red Note where you can get some Westbound and Down clips. Maybe we'll be a little bit more on that. But also, you can find us on the Meta platforms, IG, not Facebook yet, but look out for us. Coming soon.
We're building. I mean, a lot of steam coming. We got the momentum. New season's upon us, Chase. I mean, I'm excited for it. We'll be coming to you. Until then, we'll talk to you guys later.